The Ottoman Empire was one of the mightiest and longest-lasting dynasties in world's history. This Islamic-run superpower ruled large areas of the Middle East, Eastern Europe and North Africa for more than 600 years. The chief leader, known as the Sultan, was given absolute religious and political authority over his people. The capital city was Istanbul, also known as Constantinople. The Ottoman sultans became dominant in the early 1500s and eventually took over areas once ruled by the Byzantine Empire in Anatolia, the parts of Turkey closer to Asia, and the Balkans. The Ottoman Empire was very diverse. At its height, it covered territory from the Mediterranean Sea to China, and its rule lasted over 700 years. Osman I, a leader of the Turkish tribes in Anatolia, founded the Ottoman Empire around 1299. The term Ottoman is derived from Osman's name, which was Ottoman in Arabic. The Ottoman Turks set up a formal government and expanded their territory under the leadership of Osman I, Orhan, Murad I and Bayezid I. In 1453, Mehmed II, the conqueror, led the Ottoman Turks in seizing the ancient city of Constantinople, the Byzantine Empire's capital. This put an end to 1,000-year reign of the Byzantine Empire. Sultan Mehmed renamed the city Istanbul and made it the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. Istanbul became a dominant international center of trade and culture. Mehmed died in 1481. His oldest son, Bayezid II, became the new Sultan. By 1517, Bayezid's son, Selim I, brought Syria, Arabia, Palestine, and Egypt under Ottoman control. The Ottoman Empire reached its peak between 1520 and 1566 during the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent. This period was marked by great power, stability, and wealth. Suleiman created a uniform system of law and welcomed different forms of arts and literature. Many Muslims considered Suleiman a religious leader as well as a political ruler. Throughout Sultan Suleiman's rule, the empire expanded and included areas of Eastern Europe. At its height, the Ottoman Empire included Turkey, Greece, Bulgaria, Egypt, Hungary, Macedonia, Romania, Jordan, Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, some of Arabia, a considerable amount of the North African coastal strip. The Ottomans were known for their achievements in art, science, and medicine. Istanbul and other major cities throughout the empire were recognized as artistic hubs, especially during the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent. Some of the most popular forms of art included calligraphy, painting, poetry, textiles and carpet weaving, ceramics, and music. Ottoman architecture also helped define the culture of the time. Elaborate mosques and public buildings were constructed during this period. Science was regarded as an important field of study. The Ottomans learned and practiced advanced mathematics, astronomy, philosophy, physics, geography, and chemistry. Additionally, some of the greatest advances in medicine were made by the Ottomans. They invented several surgical instruments that are still used today, such as forceps, catheters, pincers, and lancets. Under Sultan Selim, a new policy emerged which included fratricide or the murder of brothers. When a new sultan was crowned, his brothers would be imprisoned. When the sultan's first son was born, his brothers and their sons would be killed. This system ensured that the rightful heir would take the throne. But not every sultan followed this harsh ritual. Over time, the practice evolved. In the later years, the brothers would only be put in prison, not killed. Starting in the 1600s, the Ottoman Empire began to lose its economic and military dominance to Europe. Around this time, Europe had strengthened rapidly with the Renaissance and the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. Other factors such as poor leadership and having to compete with trade from the Americas and India led to the weakening of the empire. In 1683, the Ottoman Turks were defeated at the Battle of Vienna. This loss added to their already waning status. Over the next 100 years, the empire began to lose key regions of land. After a revolt, Greece won their independence from the Ottoman Empire in 1830. In 1878, the Congress of Berlin declared the independence of Romania, Serbia, and Bulgaria. During the Balkan Wars, which took place in 1912 and 1913, the Ottoman Empire lost nearly all their territories in Europe. At the start of World War I, the Ottoman Empire was already in decline. The Ottoman army entered the war in 1914 on the side of the Central Powers, including Germany and Austria-Hungary, and were defeated on October 1918. Following the Armistice of Mudros, most Ottoman territories were divided between Britain, France, Greece, and Russia. The Ottoman Empire officially ended in 1922 when the title of Ottoman Sultan was eliminated. Turkey was declared a republic on October 29, 1923 when Mustafa Kemal Atatürk (1881–1938), an army officer, founded the Independent Republic of Turkey. He then served as Turkey's first president from 1923 until his death in 1938, implementing reforms that rapidly secularized and westernized the country. After ruling for more than 600 years, the Ottoman Turks are often remembered for their powerful military, ethnic diversity, artistic ventures, religious tolerance, and architectural marvels. The mighty empire's influence is still very much alive in the present-day Turkish Republic, a modern, mostly secular nation thought of by many scholars as a continuation of the Ottoman Empire.